Greetings, beautiful nerds. Welcome to our 9th recorded session of our mini-series, The Survivors of Ashcaleen. The first published series set within the world of Odromia. I emphasize the word published because there might be some significance to that very shortly. But who better to introduce themselves than our wonderful cast, starting with Matt.
Oh yeah, I always end up being first and I always forget it. Hi, I'm Matt, also known as War-Torn Knight out there on the interwebs. You can find me literally anywhere under that name doing whatever I feel like that day. It's fine. It's a good time. Yeah, and tonight I will be playing Jal Hord'n, Genie Pact Warlock of the Tao, and Eternal Problem for Mr.DanDyDM.
What are you going to do? Taylor.
Hi, I'm Taylor, otherwise known as Virus05 on TikTok. So come and say hello there. You can also find me as a selfish plug on Tales of Initiative. So come and hang out there as well. Great fun. And tonight I will be playing Nesca, a pure blood UNT Way of the Mercy monk.
Victor.
Hi. My name is Victor. You can find me on TikTok as Victor_the Story Weaver or the Victor Manso on the Grams. I am playing Ivar, still very recently the Forsaken. I don't even know what he is currently at present. He's Ivar. He's, just Ivar.
The most Ivar that has ever Ivar.
The most Ivar
ever.
that has ever Ivar in the Ivarian Peninsula. So yes.
Ivar the fill in the blank.
There we go. Well, and of course, as always, I am your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, Andy, aka Mr.DanDyDM, and I can be found on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, on all the socials. If you happen to come across this episode and you enjoy it, please consider going back and watching our earlier episodes to see how our intrepid heroes got to where they are. Also, if you like this, you'll also love my other show, Shadows of Ashcaleen. We do, of course, appreciate all of you who have liked and subscribed thus far. And now that we have got our introductions out of the way, let us dive once more into the survivors of Ashcaleen.
Let's go.
Flames light the torches that you can see that are spread out every so 10 feet or so across the docks as you leave the boat that the dwarves supplied you with that got you all the way to the Demacia docks in the city of Brecca. As you exit the boat, you make your way onto the docks. They are, of course, wooden docks that stretch out all the way to the shore. And you see a variety of different ships that are arrayed all around you, many different merchant vessels. You do see some ships of war. You're not entirely sure what the power structure or the dynamic. They all seem to be showing different colors. You guys aren't that familiar with the politics that make up Brecca. Only what Gata offered to you when she was showcasing the map of Brecca that she has given you. You are aware that this whole city, at least in terms of the ruling populace, it is primarily all merchant clans that all are vying for control. A certain modicum of control within the city. There is a centralized power structure that is within the Midnight Citadel, but it is all of the comings and goings and all of the backstabbings and that take place is done within the merchant houses. You do know that this is an incredibly diverse city. Given that you are arriving in the dead of night, it is difficult to determine anything at this point as the docks are very quiet. Okay. You do see off in the distance, the dock stretches out towards the shore. You do see on either side of the docks that there are boats that are docked there. You do see some crew members on the many different ships that are present. They all seem to be keeping a night's watch. And, and you hear the odd bell ring, the ding, 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 whenever there's like a person who has exited or entered the boat, like captain on deck kind of a thing. And also like digging off the time. You do hear some, drunken cries as some of the crew members might be, letting off a bit of steam on some of these boats, having a bit of the grog. But other than that, seems to be fairly peaceful, which is a very far cry from what you just left. A couple thousand yards offshore, upon a dwarven city ship, the I'm trying to remember the name, New Thondarul, I believe was what it was called. And you are very thankful to be where you are, but you are still like kind of reeling from the fact that you not only defeated a literal nightmare spirit, a nightmare creature that has plagued one of your party for a very long time. That being dispatched in the process of that battle that took place, the apartment building that you were housed in was obliterated in just pure chaos. Just absolutely, the structure was completely destroyed. Nesca mentioned that it had something to do with you guys just, needing to pack light or something like that. But other than that, like, it was very clear that once the effects of the nightmare spirit, because if you remember correctly, the creature had spread its tendrils out into the city and was manipulating things that up until that point were completely behind the scenes. You're not entirely sure as to what extent even the manipulation was taking place. Was the conversation that you had with the queen even a real conversation that they remember? Or is it something else? We couldn't be bothered packing. Yeah, exactly. That's a direct quote. The battle being done, suddenly it seemed that whatever was tethering the creature to these other souls upon the ship is gone. And these people suddenly don't remember you or their interactions that they've had with you. And so now that you arrived at Brecca, they hasten your departure from the ship. Please get off our boat. Or as oh shoot, what's his? Oh my God, why am I running a blank? Clegane, or yeah, or oh no, Zigane. He said, "Get the fuck off my boat." And you guys,
rightfully so, he should have said that.
You guys hopped off, and you now are on the docks. At this point, it is about midnight. What do you wish to do?
Sleep.
Okay.
Rihanna. Oh my God.
Rihanna.
She's with us. Rihanna.
Yes. Yep.
How far is your family estate?
Oh, you see this, like, the mention of her family's estate, you see this like glint in her eye, just the possibility finally being home, this sort of renewed, just, it seems like a weight has been removed from her shoulders and she's just thrilled to be back once again upon the ground again, but also in a familiar environment, her home. It's not far. We are within the Amethyst Worm. It is, we have our own estate there, but then there is another estate that we have within Sharktown. I don't know where my family is right now, but those are one of the two places that I would be willing to bet would be the best place to look.
Which is closest?
That would be the Amethyst Worm.
Lead the way.
Okay. I know that this has all been so like harried and confusing, and are you all okay? I just want to make sure that everything is, that you're all. She's looking at you, Ivar, and she is looking at Jal, and she's doesn't seem to be like overly concerned with you, Nesca, but she's looking at Jal and Ivar very pointedly.
She will probably notice that Ivar is sort of distracted. And he has been on the journey all the way to the docks because he seems to be distracted or captivated by the very air that he's breathing. He's staring at the sky and the stars, looking at the flame, the torches that are nearby, and just like seemingly in a different place in his mind, because it's almost as if, you know, he had a helmet on his face the whole time and then he's been removed and suddenly he can see the world again differently. And so when she asked the question, at first he doesn't even respond. And when he finally does, he sort of, we should get you to your family.
Okay. Thank you all again. I don't know where I would be without all of you, and I'm sure that my father, Lord Nightmare, will repay you most handsomely for getting me back home. I thank you so much. And you see her, she seems to get slightly emotional just thanking you in this moment. But she sort of composes herself. She says, follow me right this way. And she begins to proceed down the docks towards what looks to be, there appears to be like almost like a check-in desk with a person who is taking a registry of the different people who come in and off the docks. It's not so much, it is it's surveillance. It's basically keeping tabs on who comes and goes. It's how the merchants sort of, you know, keep their eyes on each other by paying this one person to, you know, alert them who's leaving, who's going, who's coming in. But you see this one, you see a tiefling who is standing at this desk with he has red skin, black horns, golden eyes, and spectacles that have drooped down onto his nose. And he looks to be wearing, you know, seafarer's garb. He looks to be a sailor of some kind, but he has a quill and ink and has a book that he's, as you see other sailors either walk by him towards the city or coming off the city, he is notating who is approaching. And he sees you lot. And he looks at you all and he sees the garb and he looks at you, he sees Ivar. Ivar, are you wearing your armor or do you just have your armor?
He's just carrying like this like huge ass thing with his armor. So you know, there's the clanking of it on it, but he's super like a little shirt, raggedy shirt, pants, and just cloth.
Yeah. And Jal, you're still decked out in your green emerald finery.
Absolutely. Looking like a
strutting, you know, looking like a million whatever currency there is.
More like looking like 3 gold. It was the last 3 gold that I had, so
and Nesca,
really
I'm assuming
much.
that nothing has changed. Yanshu is still very much okay. He see I don't seem to have you see him go flipping through some pages, and I don't seem to have any of you in my book. Please state your name and your business here in Brecca.
I'd be impressed if you did have our names in that book. That'd be fantastic. That'd be like some next level.
I would as well. I haven't seen any of you. This is I've been here all day and I'll be here all night probably. But
all day and all night. You don't get it like time off, break. You just like it here.
It's 4 days on and 3 days off.
Oh, it's one of those guys. I gotcha. Yeah. All right, no problem. What's your name?
Cooper.
Fantastic. Cooper, that sounds awesome. Like, you know, so that's just you just take names at the dock.
Ivar at this point, he just kind of taps on Rihanna's shoulder and it's just like, I think you should save him.
I don't need no saving.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, I didn't mean you.
You said your name was Cooper. Yeah. And the tiefling sees Rihanna, and suddenly his expression changes. And whatever reddish color makes him, he turns slightly pink. As he noticeably becomes, there's almost a fearful look that comes on his face. I'm sorry. You're Lady Nightmare? Yes, I'm so sorry. I've been across the sea. I've on business, and I am returned, and these are my bodyguards. Oh, please, no need to register or check in or anything. We'll just say. And Rihanna says, she like taps the book, and there's like a gold coin that sort of slides down the paper, and she says, "Thank you ever so much." And there's a noticeable change in her tone, whereas before, a second ago, she was very like demure and very thankful and very just appreciative of all of you. And there is a tone of authority and a tone of sort of imperiousness that comes through as she just slides the gold coin and doesn't give Cooper a second look and moves past him, gesturing for you to follow.
I was just gonna like and just walk by.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ivor just passes by the Cooper guy, just has a moment of nodding and keeps going.
He sort of nods, and then it's like he is trying to pretend that he never saw any of you, like forgetting all of the details that he has seen so far, and just like, yes.
I'm gonna be sure to throw him under the bus at the earliest possible convenience. Was that Cooper guy?
As you begin to make your way off of the Demacia docks, you find yourselves walking into what is known as the Golden Crescent. Golden Crescent is where all of the commerce and it is the lifeblood of all of Brecca right here. It is not the most fun part of Brecca, but it is definitely where all of the things, the shakers, the movers, all of the merchants have their games going. All of their not factories, but storehouses, all of their manufacturing happens in what is known as the Golden Crescent. The Golden Crescent is also a reference to the moon. And the fact that even in the dead of night, it seems this place is hustling and bustling. As you begin to make your way down the main thoroughfare, you see, actually, give me a perception check.
All of us?
Yes, all of you.
Cool.
That'll be a 19 for me.
It will be a 7 for me.
That's fine. You're not the lowest one.
Oh no.
Jal wants a nap.
As
It's away.
who got the 19? Okay.
It's me.
Okay. Ivar. We'll say that in the process of moving off of the docks, you're sort of hanging back. You're very much sort of with this renewed vigor that you have within yourself, and this fresh idea that there is hope for you once again, with hope, like with the intent of eventually finding this other quarry that exists within the city, and the idea of this is a journey's end for the lot of you. You have escaped Ashcaleen and the chaos that existed there. You have found new friendship on the high seas, new companions, and you suddenly, it's a moment of self-discovery for all of you. And as you're sort of taking in the sights and sort of the hustle and bustle that you see within the Golden Crescent, there is just there's a side street that you are passing by, and you can see that down this side street it leads to another portion of the city. And you know, based off of the map that that Gata has given you, that this particular area is what is known as, hold on one second, is what is known as the Rainbow Crown. Rainbow Crown, you remember, is referring to the entertainment red light district of the city. But this particular street is very dark, and there's some alleyways that come off of it, and you hear a clatter just off to the side, and it's the kind of clatter that doesn't mix well with the sounds of the regular hustle and bustle. This sounds like something is happening.
Ivar still being Ivar. The moment that he sort of is looking around, hears that clatter, sort of slows down, looks in the direction of the alleyway, and just driven by it without even saying anything, he just sort of starts going in the direction following the sound.
Okay. Everyone else, you got a 7, Nesca, and Matt, Jal, you got a 3.
What did you get?
You don't even notice that Ivar has suddenly sort of found his way down an alley. Sort of just Ivar, as you've sort of found, you're not even you're just in the back of your mind, you basically, you know that the group is sort of moving away without you, but you just sort of taking in this, and you're just like, I know that they're going in that direction. I'll just catch up with them in a second. I'm just investigating. It's fine. The sight that greets your eye is odd. You see down this one particular alley. The alleyway is about 10 feet across, and it is on either side. There are there's just like boxes just stored, and they're of varying degrees in height. In this very center of this dark alleyway, you see that there are 3 figures. Oh, wait a second. There's a 4th figure. This 4th figure is lying on the ground, and they're smoking. Like their body is smoking. The 3 figures above them, standing very sinisterly, are looking down, and there seems to be this odd mist that is sort of centered around the body that is on the ground. And
okay.
Hold on one second. And I'm assuming you're moving just a few steps closer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming if it's like the alleyway and then it's kind of like a turn around the corner to see what is happening, probably would be the kind of thing of like Ivar sort of slows down as he's reaching the edge of the corner, and then sort of just have a moment of taking a look at the situation. Okay. And just out of a reflex for him too, he's just gonna use his divine sense to detect good and evil.
Okay, drop that please into the chat for me.
Yes. Is this on the chat here on
in the Discord, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Thank you. As an okay. You determine that with your the sense that you have, you put the sense out. None of these are undead, celestial, or fiend. But you do sense that these they appear to be humanoid at least. One of them looks to be slightly scaly, and has a large tail. So there is, and then one of them slightly lower to the ground, but seems to have some feathers, perhaps. And then one looks to be possibly human, as they are standing over this body. One of them, the scaly one, has a dagger that is drawn, or I'm sorry, a short sword that is drawn, and looks to be about to stab the body that is on the ground.
Is there anything that hint visually that would make these people look like they belong, like they're wearing something that's similar, either color scheme,
They all
armband?
seem to be wearing there's nothing clearly visible. They all seem to be wearing just dark black cloaks, and perhaps some black leather armor underneath. But they seem to be moving in a way that would indicate that they are trained to do what they are doing right now.
Am I able to get any, considering the type of magic that I wield, this is the dagger that they're using, would I be able to like catch anything about the dagger that would like hint to anything that
Sorry,
of it being more?
Not a dagger. It is a short
Sorry,
sword.
short sword, yeah.
They all seem to be wearing, or they all seem to be equipped with these short swords. There doesn't seem to be anything necessarily that would indicate that this is a magical weapon.
Gotcha. Ivar's, and you said that the body is just like smoke, like it's a corpse, it's dead, from what I can see.
You don't know.
Or, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, you maybe would be able to do a medicine check, but as of right now, you don't know.
What's
They
the
do
name
look
of-
like they're about to stab it.
I'm gonna so I think if I'm to react the way that I think Ivar will react right now, because of the rekindle sort of pep on his step, if you will, that he has, which may or may not be also combined with his brain being a little exhausted and not thinking clearly. He's going to step like into that area of the alley as they're about to stab, and what's the name of the area that we're supposed to be going? Something.
The Amethyst Worm is is the first place that you were intending to go to see, because there are two estates that potentially might be where Rihanna needs to go. But the Amethyst Worm is the first one that you were going to. Currently, you are in like the border between the Golden Crescent and the Rainbow Crown.
Yeah, so he literally just like steps out and he just goes, "Excuse me, fellas, would you mind helping me find my direction?"
You okay.
You were not expecting this early, weren't you?
Okay. As you say that, the smoking body that is lying upon the ground stirs ever so slightly. And the reason that they stir is because they're starting to come awake. And on that note, I need to introduce y'all to somebody. Everyone, survivors, please say hello to Lindsay, who is Lindsay, I'll allow you to introduce yourself.
Hi, folks. My name is Lindsay. Unlike everyone else here, I'm but a humble normie nerd. So if you came to be entertained, I feel bad for you, son. But all my social media is private, but my TikTok is fine. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, so for some super infrequent, truly unhinged, and disjointed shenanigans, you can check me out at bent_beastly on the TikTokies. I will be playing Fatima Lux, a Fire Genasi College of Swords bard and wild magic sorcerer.
I
Yes.
say first, smash.
So Fatima, on the 19 that you just rolled, you aren't fully roused at this point, but you're fighting against whatever kind of drug that was present within that smoky dust that was suddenly filling that alleyway. And you're sort of able to suss out, like, it's like the world is narrowing around you, but you see the feet that are the three pairs of feet that are on the ground, standing just maybe 2 feet away from your head. And you heard sort of the hushed whispers of, "Well, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Well, time to bag this one. Hopefully we can get the other one too." And you suddenly as your eye, like the world grows dim again, but as you open your eyes, you see just off down the alleyway, you see another form, a tall, older looking gentleman with white hair, very handsome, like maybe way handsomer than someone of his age should be, maybe, but
Smash.
Very, very attractive. One might say that whenever someone comes in contact with this character, they become instantly enamored with them through no fault of his own.
You're going to be happy that he's not a bard, because then, my God.
It's
It'd be
actually a
game
feat that
over.
Just, everybody thinks I'm
GG's, y'all.
hot.
GG's. It's it. That's all.
So you see this figure and you hear, what do they hear?
He literally just steps out and is like, "Excuse me, fellas. Can you help me find my direction?"
Fatima, you hear the gravelly voice that was standing above you a second ago just say, "Move along, Grandpa. Time, this isn't something you want to see right now."
Oh, I don't know. I suppose I was hoping for the youth of this place to be able to help an older man such as me.
Seriously, piss off.
After all, what you have there, what is it? You already killed somebody. If it's over, I don't care. I'm just looking for directions. So he's literally just like slowly walking closer to them with his like,
"Lad, he's seen far too much. If he reports us to the City Watch, we're done for." And all three of them begin to move in your direction, Ivar. Really quick, Jal?
So I know that I rolled absolute dog shit on that perception check, but do either of us know? Oh, and do any of the four of us notice that Ivar has stopped? Or
Yeah,
are we
what did
just,
Yonshu roll?
chatting away?
Okay. I
Like a
will
huge
allow you to
fight
roll
and-
a fresh perception check because the original perception was to see if you heard something, but this one will be to see if you notice that Ivar is no longer with you guys.
I hope that DC's higher, like a 5 maybe. I might be able to do that one.
that moment when
Natural
everybody was so
one.
low that the paladin is stealthy.
Nesca,
That's-
you seem to be lost in the views of the city, a city that you've never been in. Go ahead.
I got an 8.
Nailing it.
Yanshu for the win. Rihanna for the win.
Yanshu rolled a 19.
Yeah,
Um,
my dude.
So you suddenly, Nesca, you suddenly feel your right hand gripped by Yanshu, but not in the affectionate way that you like maybe might enjoy. Like this was a like, wait, what the Yanshu? You see a worried expression on his face, and you suddenly see as he looks around, where is Ivar?
He was right behind us, was he not?
He was right behind. Where did he go? We've seriously been in this city for just 5 minutes. Joel, hold up. Rihanna, where is Ivar?
Jal and Rihanna were like 15 feet away at this point, just like chatting about something, and Jal just turns around and goes, "Huh?
Ivar's no longer here. Did you see where he went? Did he go down the wrong?
It's not my turn to watch.
I think we should.
All right, come on. Let's find the old man.
Jal,
what?
come on. We've seriously been in this city for just maybe 5 minutes. We need to make sure that at least we survive the night.
Oh, it's fine. What's the worst that could happen? It's Brecca.
A city
After
we have
what
never
we-
been in. And at this point, Yanshu begins to like double back.
Jal's following, but as he's doing it, he's going to start making Brecca sound like the best city. Like, just like all those rumors about how it's wonderful. Like, oh, you need to see, like, all the wonderful sight. There's musicals and stuff. There's all kinds of, like, I've heard that there's some nice cuisine that we could try. And I hope at this point we're at where.
So at this point, you see Yanshu just looking down at the ground, and you see him sort of like sniffing the air as well. Where like his Yuan-Ti senses are highly attuned at this point. And you that is okay. God damn it. Suddenly, Yanchu just takes a sharp left turn, and he starts to head down an alley. And he see, like, at this point, you are following close behind. You see him suddenly stop, and you see beyond him, just a few, like maybe 15 or so feet beyond him, is Ivar standing in a slightly relaxed but readied stance. I will say, at this point, I need y'all to roll for initiative.
Let's go.
Does that include the bad bitch that's laying on the floor?
That definitely
Maybe.
includes the bad bitch on the floor.
Okay.
That better include the bad bitch laying on the floor.
Aw.
Oh, that's cool.
It's
But I
my
want to
best
attack
roll of the
first. That's a 14 for me.
14?
21.
Samesies. Oh.
It'll be
And
funny if like Ivor is the
appropriately.
first one that shows up and the battle is over before it's even his turn. He's just like, but
Oh, don't worry.
I
Because
had it, guys.
appropriately, Jaw will be the last one in initiative. I got a 10. 10? Sorry, 12. I
Oh,
forgot
okay.
my actual bonus. I just got a 10 on the die.
Hold on one second, guys.
This music.
Means shit's about to go down.
It's been said before. I will say it again. Mr.DanDyDM's background music is always 100% on point. Impeccable.
Oh, thanks, man.
There's one thing that I wish I could do. It is background music like this man does.
you just got to do it with your own voice. You just got to be like,
Well, not you're cheating. You're just doing the X-Men theme.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one who didn't notice that.
I was actually doing the same notes of what was playing. This X-Men is.
Yeah,
That's
the
true.
bridge,
It
but like
is.
the intro with the build-up. That's what you were doing.
Yeah.
Listen, it's
Okay.
ingrained in my memory
Absolutely.
from my childhood. Okay, leave me alone.
Fatima, what is your max HP?
88. I'm a squishy.
And armor class?
16.
16. Sorry, I'm manually
I'm
adding
squishier
you
than
to
you.
the combat because technically you're not in this campaign.
Right.
Your speed is
30.
just 30. Okay. And your initiative is what is the plus?
My initiative is +4.
Oh, bards and stuff. Jack of all trades.
You know.
Like a boss.
Ivar, what'd you get?
14.
14. Okay. Jal,
12.
12. 21 for Nesca. Okay. Yanshu ain't shit.
You take that back.
Rolled a 5.
Okay, good, my guy.
He's allowed. He rolls on point so much. He's allowed.
He literally just managed to get you guys to find where the hell I was. So
Yeah, he just
I would say
give him a
cutting
break.
some slack.
I was fully
the
prepared
MVP
though
right
to let
now.
Ivar go a few rounds before
I was
anything
excited.
happens.
I was absolutely excited about that. I totally
Okay.
Ivar
wanted
the
that.
solo.
First up on the initiative order, Fatima. As you sort of try and put in like a hand and an arm down to sort of steady yourself and like raise yourself up, you're still prone at this point. But at this point, the three forms that were just around you a second ago have now moved towards the lone figure in the alley. And you hear off to the side, past, like out of your view, you hear this the faintest of movement. But as of right now, it looks like one man standing alone, attracting the wrong kind of attention from these three folk.
You better believe he's attracting.
Me. So you sort of steady yourself. What would you like to do?
Are they close enough, like, to touch? I know they walked a little bit.
They're
ahead of me.
about at this point 5 feet away from you. So they're
Okay.
still up on you.
Okay, so I'll just creep up in my groggy state. Are any of them wearing metal armor, some sort of thing like that?
So it's half your movement to go from prone to standing. So you're able to move up to them. You would have to give me a perception check in order to discern
I
that.
can do that. 14 plus 8, because I don't do math unless it's girl math.
That's 22. So on a 22, They do not seem to be wearing any metal, save for the weapons that they are carrying, which they have drawn short swords. It does look like they might be wearing, they are definitely wearing black cloaks, but they have maybe the faintest of traces of leather armor.
Okay, not important. I'm just going to walk up and literally catch somebody by like the nape of their neck and shocking grasp.
Okay. Alrighty.
Ooh, 18.
All right. There is a DC attached with that, I'm assuming?
Nope, it's just an attack roll.
That is... Okay, so that is... Oh, boy. That definitely beats their AC. So are you going for the one that's on the right, the left, or in the center?
Go in the middle.
Go in the middle. Okay, so the middle one,
Make a
based off of
statement
your
right in the
perception
middle.
check, which was a 22, you immediately suss out this looks to be a slightly taller individual, and there is a scaly tail that is coming out from the back underneath their blanket cloak.
Okay.
Based off of just that, you could assume safely that this is a dragonborn.
Ooh. I have a thing for those, and it's not a good thing. I'm rolling damage now, right?
Yes, you are.
Do that. Facts. Let's go. Okay. I apologize in advance, y'all, for the math that is not mathing, but
Oh, you're fine. I'm shocking at it.
We got you.
No pun intended. Pun intended.
Yeah, absolutely, pun intended. Thank you.
How did I not pick that up?
I didn't mean it, but I'll take it.
Nesca said she's not. She's shocking at it. So I was like,
so good. So that'll be 19.
It's 19. 19 points of damage. Okay. I'll say the assassin standing in the center, it's almost like sort of a half, very purposeful, but sort of a half stumble as you sort of just like, and you place the palm of your hand. And at this point, Ivar, from your perspective, the body of you can now discern is a woman who was once just smoking on the ground, sort of dormant in this way. As they stand, so the feet of this person suddenly burst into flames. The flames then move up the sides of their body, and suddenly it seems like their whole figure is consumed in an inferno. Their hair begins to smoke. What we thought was skin is now literally dripping lava, it would appear. With each step that they move towards this central figure, the central assassin, you see the ground sort of begin to smoke and become ashy. Although where it is sand, it becomes glass. As she places her palm upon this figure, you see him arch his back in pain, and he sustains, you said 18 points?
19.
19 points of damage.
Yes. And then also, if I could really quickly, bonus action, I'm going to use a 3rd level spell slot to get back 5, according to the table, 5 of my sorcery points, and I'm good.
Okay. All right. Does that complete your turn? Just making sure. Okay. Nesca. It is you.
Amazing. How far away am I?
So you are 15 feet away from Ivar. You're not entirely sure what's going on inside that alley, but what you do see is Ivar standing, again, relaxed, although slightly less relaxed now, but in a very readied stance. Suddenly, a massive light suddenly appears from the darkened alley. You're not sure what's causing it, but you do see Ivar suddenly, his eyes go wide, and his expression is very much illuminated by the light that is coming from that alley. Suddenly, you hear the loudest scream come from the alleyway, and you see sort of you smell just the faintest amount of the ozone of what would, in your mind, make you think of lightning or some kind of magic being used. What do you choose to do?
And how wide is the alley? Sorry, would Ivar be impeding?
So the alley is 10 feet across. There are boxes of varying degrees in height that are on the rim of the alleyway. And you do see that Ivar is standing not in the alley. He's sort of standing off to the side in the roadway that is running perpendicular with the alleyway. Yes, perpendicular. So yeah, he's not standing in your immediate.
He's not in
he's
my
not
immediate way.
obstructing you.
And sorry, just because I've come around into this whole new encounter, does it look like the guys were hostile towards Ivar?
They were moving forward. The one that was just shocked is paused for a moment, as they're sort of trying to figure what the fuck just happened to them. And the other two are moving forward with short swords drawn. You can see the right-hand assassin stepping just into the alley as they are about to. It looks like they're moving towards, in an aggressive way, towards Ivar.
Okay, that's my priority because he's not wearing his armor.
No.
So I've got 60 feet of movement. I will.
Well within your movement.
Great. Yep. And then just the first one I come across, unarmed attack. Oh, do I have my quarter stuff? I do have my quarter stuff. I'll use that instead. Use that.
Okay.
That dice. So, natural 20.
Oh fuck.
Some for the goddamn.
Let the dope
Paladin.
monk shit commence.
I know. Like,
Coming
look at
in
the little snake head on it and everything. Oh, I love these
Yes.
dice.
Coming in
It's
hot.
like, welcome to Brecca.
Bitch. Yeah.
Give me directions. Give me directions.
Bink, bink, bink.
That's a natural
No one
20.
touches
All right.
natural 20.
Roll. Take the max damage and then roll the additional damage.
So it will be 1d8 plus 3 max. That's 11.
11.
1d8. That's a 10. And then I roll again. Oh, that's a 2. So another 5 points on top of that.
Okay.
And then second attack, I will be unarmed.
Okay.
Nope, that's going to be a 14.
That does not make their AC.
Yep.
Can I see that? Like, can I see her movement in this alleyway? Clearly.
You
enough.
suddenly see. Actually, Nesca, would you please describe what Fatima sees?
Oh, okay, yes. So Fatima would see a slightly shorter, very slender but lithe looking woman, but there's something odd about her skin. Some of it seems to reflect some of the light in a blackish hue, whereas other parts, sort of like around her eyes, under her neck, sort of give off a red hue. It's really odd. But her eyes seem to glow in the dark, and they are slitted and also black. The way she moves and the way she strikes is very snake-like, very quick, very precise. Got long black hair braided that also has trails of red through it as well. Wearing very loose, baggy pants and a tight red top. Very much looking like a red-bellied black snake, one of Australia's most poisonous snakes.
I love that. I love that. Okay, well, so you see a pair of white hot sclera eyes also glowing. Turn in your direction. You get a little wink from her. There's no words, just a wink. And I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points to bend luck for you. So should I roll the d4 or should she roll the d4? Doesn't matter, but either way, add whatever that d4 roll is to your roll.
Yeah, that sounds good. Hold on one second. I'm about to share a picture of what you see, Nesco, when looking at down the alley at Fatima. This is also what Ivar saw. Hold on one quick second.
Yes, Andy described the fire that seems to consume an entire body. Picture from top to bottom, waist length, like flaming red locks. We've got some lava action going because she is pissed. She's pissed. And she is wearing clothes. The clothes are not on fire, so these are apparent to you, but just think a headscarf turned into a halter top, amethyst colored, harem pants, very reminiscent of a starry desert sky. And as far as body, statuesque, we're talking built like Megan Thee Stallion, 3 C's thick.
Hey.
Stop! I can
Mommy.
only take so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, first Karlak, now this.
Your bard is on fire.
Yep.
I was
Regularly.
about to say, "Oh my god," but I don't think that's appropriate anymore.
Fatima, I'm going to share some art with you, then you can choose to approve once I drop. Okay.
Okay.
I can't find it.
This is one of them, and then I have another one. Okay, let's see here.
Suspense is terrible.
Oh,
He's
you
killing
already
us
know
with
the second
killing
one,
us with
Andy.
anticipation.
Okay,
Andy, the second one. Let's go.
Okay,
You say you already know.
y'all. This is what y'all see, or Nesca and Ivar, at least at this point. But yeah, you come around the corner, you see Ivar, you see suddenly this form, and they look like this. I'm putting it in the character art section of the Nimrion 2 channel.
I already have it open.
Oh my god.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. I think Ivar found his new devotion for his own.
Rihanna, who?
Yeah. Under whose umbrella? Her umbrella.
I was talking about our Rihanna, not the
Shut up.
artist Rihanna.
Just silence. Just
Man.
You're right.
I
You're
am
right.
not meant to have make sense right now. Okay.
Let the man
Not
take
meant
it
to have
in.
men.
There is
Makes sense.
a literal hottie in front of me. Let me be.
I just.
Okay, Yanshu who?
Yeah.
Oh, poor Yanshu.
What?
I am no
Uh,
home wrecker, people.
Nesca, you come in and you just full on just bat the shit out of this one assassin. You then, are you dropping your staff and then going in, or are you just like throwing it on your back?
I just pop it onto my back for the first one,
Okay.
and then using the Ben's luck, I got a 2, which takes me to a 16.
Okay, that does make their AC.
Ooh.
Bing,
Thank
bing,
you.
bing. Let's go.
So unarmed strike is 1d6. Come on, 4 points of bludgeoning, and then bonus action, I will flurry of blows.
Very well.
What's 8 plus 6? 14. Nope.
Nope.
And second one, 18 plus 6.
That hits.
4, 5, 6, 7 points of bludgeoning. And I will
Okay.
do what's it called? Hand of Harm, which is going to be another d6 plus something. Physician touch. Nope. There are
All
too many
of
things to
this?
keep track of. I'm so sorry.
All this for
Hand of
me.
Harm.
Girl,
Anything.
that was if we were here for you before
5
the
points
game,
necrotic.
5. As you just lay into this guy with your fist, you use one of your the sort of, not nails on your fingers, but these sort of the sharp implements that you use, and you sort of rake it across their skin, and the poison seeps into their veins, and you see them like and they clutch their arm just in pain, and they're looking at you, but then they almost feel the heat at their back. That completes your turn, Nesca. Okay, that brings up center dude. Center dude is actually going to turn his back on you, Ivar, and on Nesca, and he is going to he's full on looking at you, Nesca, and there is a very brief moment where he's like, we might have bit off more than we could chew, because this shit is about to get spicy. So he with his short sword, he's just going to try and make his first attack. That is a 17 to hit.
That will hit me.
Oh, this is against Fatima.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Oh, what'd you say it was? Sorry.
17.
That hits.
Okay. And then that's a nat 1. On the second attack, we will roll the damage for the first one. So that is
a baby.
That is 9 points of piercing damage. Dang it, I need another d6.
Whatever for.
Fatima, as you the first attack just slash, it's a very like almost barely making any like serious contact with your skin, doesn't cut too deep. And the second attack, you're able to sort of dodge just barely as it comes in right at your neck. There is a moment though after the second attack where you feel just slightly, whoa, something is off. And you look down at the wound, the gash that was made in your arm, and you see the traces of poison as the skin that normally is burning bright suddenly has turned into an ash that looks to be spreading up your arm. I need you to give me a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Look at these motherfuckers trying to harsh your glow.
Look. Questions. I'm like, that'll be a dirty 21 here.
Okay. 6, 12, 18, 19, 25.
Lady Luck is with me tonight.
That is 28 points of poison damage. That is halved, so that is 14 points. You feel just a burning in your veins that just, it is extremely painful. And you are reminded, the pain feels similar to a moment when you were in the desert, about to be swallowed whole by something that was much bigger than you.
Goddamn purple worm poison. I'm just like the air is coming through my teeth harsh because I feel the pain so excruciating. How dare.
As you take this, as you feel this pain, that will actually complete that assassin's turn, bringing up the assassin that is currently in combat with Nesca. Nesca, this gentleman is going to, that is a 5. Okay, that is an 11 to hit. I'm assuming that misses. And that is a 21 to hit.
That one will hit.
Okay. This short sword comes in expertly. This is someone who is studied in the blade. Very reminiscent. It sort of like brings your mind back to the many trials that you had to endure in the Peshium Wildlands. Hunting in the Peshium Wildlands. Sometimes hunting other members as you were completing trials to reach the rank that you achieved. That is 1d6 plus. That is 8 points of piercing damage that you take. Nesca, I need you to give me a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
I got a 14. Is this poison damage?
It is.
I take no damage. I am immune to poison.
You anti,
It's
baby.
not me. It's not me bringing up the resistances that make Andy upset. It's not me this time.
Yeah.
I am immune to diseases and poisons.
The assassin in front of you with his blade slashing in, he finds purchase, just slashing into the area right below your ribs. And you grit your teeth at the feeling of the blade finding, purchase in your skin. And there is a look of like victory achieved in the assassin's eyes. But then this fast acting poison does not seem to be having an effect on what appears to be a human woman with a quarterstaff. And Nesca, you just sort of look at him, just cock your head to one side. Do you say anything?
No, I just smile menacingly at him.
That's even scarier than saying something. Okay. That will complete his turn. You take the 8 points of piercing damage. God damn it. I completely forgot you're completely immune. Oh, Ivar, it is your turn.
Okay. Ivar sees these guys approaching. Ivar wasn't actually like really even like prepping. He's like he wasn't reaching for the sword. He wasn't reaching for even he has the shield on his back, but and then all of a sudden usual blur of he sees this fire thing at first, and he's sort of like distracted by this. Everything is happening around. It's I just had that image of the typical like the animated film where like the character sees the character that they're gonna like and everything slows down and it's like chaos around them and then just like oh
Hot
Chaos
eyes.
Whisper starts playing.
yeah. And so he sees this, and then eventually he kind of realizes like, oh, Nesca is doing her Nesca thing, and then this thing goes back to the hot woman for the temperature, not because I'm objectifying them.
Of course not.
Of course. And then Ivar sees it fighting the once upon a time a body and now being a hot body, and he's gonna. You see him actually drop the sack where his armor is,
Mm-hmm.
and he just walks. How far is the Dragonborn from the third guy who hasn't been engaged?
He is so this is a tight alleyway at 10 feet, so they're standing like almost side by side with each other, maybe slightly staggered, with the center one being the furthest one towards you.
Gotcha.
This one is maybe like 12 feet away. The one who hasn't been engaged, maybe 2 feet behind the Dragonborn.
And what does the one that hasn't been engaged look like?
This one is slightly the one that's fighting Nesca appears to be a human person. Appears. With the hood, you can't really be sure. But the one that hasn't been engaged, there seems to be a beak, a black beak that is protruding from underneath the hood, and it appears that they have twin daggers or twin short swords in their hands that are being held by feathery arms.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna say that Ivar. You just see Ivar looking at all this, and then suddenly it's just drops the bag, and he just starts walking toward the Dragonborn. As he then is going to attempt with fists, he's just going to go and just attempt to just punch him from the side of his head.
I will say that you're behind him. He is engaged in combat with Fatima at this point. So technically you are flanking him. So I'll give you advantage on the attack roll.
Didn't even need it. That was a 27.
Wait, was that a nat 20?
No.
Oh.
Go again for the crit.
And so that's going to be 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
On the Dragonborn or on the...
on the Dragonborn.
Yep, on the Dragonborn. Okay, 9 points of bludgeoning.
So is grappling something that can be done within a hit, or is that like a separate thing?
So how many attacks how many actions do you have per
I get 2
round?
attacks per action.
Okay, so yeah, you've attacked. You can try and grapple him right now.
So would the grapple count as my second action, or is it part of the same
Yes.
attack?
Go ahead.
Yes. Which is the yes?
I was going to say, I think it replaces your second attack.
Gotcha. In that case, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to strike once again.
Okay.
Oh, that's a nat 1. Never mind. But I'm going to say
as you.
Oh wait! I get advantage.
Oh, that's right.
14. Never mind.
Does not hit. As you land your first attack, he suddenly becomes like very aware of you, and you hear like the faintest crunch as you like pummel him right in the ribs, and you feel like you definitely maybe broke something or fractured something there. He sort of groans and he sort of doubles forward in front of Fatima, bowing just slightly, and then he sort of turns to the side and sees you just in time as he is able to suddenly like dodge to the side your second blow. Does that complete your turn?
Can he give me a wisdom saving throw?
What's the DC?
16.
That is a 15.
So after I do the first strike and miss the second, I just have a moment of like, as he's turning around, I take a slight step back and I just go, "You still didn't answer my question," as I compel duel him.
Okay. All right. He is now fixated on you. Compelled duel. That is, he has to roll another saving throw at the end of his next turn to see if he is able to leave the compelled duel, or is there another thing that has to happen? Because I know that if any allies attack him, that might trigger another wisdom save, or no?
No, he just has to he has to make a wisdom saving throw if he tries. So he has this advantage on attack rolls against creatures other than me.
Yep.
And must make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move to a space that is more than 30 feet away from me.
Got it. So
If he
just
succeeds on the saving throw, the spell doesn't restrict the target's movement for that turn.
got it.
It's
So
just
he's
the
very
movement.
much just fixated on you, and he doesn't. You see, Ivar, as you compel him, do you say anything?
Yeah, I said, I do not think that you have answered my question.
Okay. As you say those words, he is turning towards you as you say those words, and you see his eyes just go black as he is suddenly become completely fixated on the one who just punched him in the ribs. That will complete your turn. Jal, you are up.
All right. So, entering the alleyway now for the first time. Whomst can I see? Because I feel like there's just a mob. I don't even know how wide this alley is. I might not have a clear shot.
It is 10 feet. Currently, you would be able to get past Ivar and Nesca to get to the other side, and then perhaps attack the one assassin who has not been engaged. But it is cramped in the alley. The alley is only 10 feet across, which means that everybody is sort of like cramped around each other fighting. You do see there is a fiery, smoking woman on the opposite side who has joined in the fray, and then Yanshu is just behind you.
Anybody saying anything about this, the fiery smoking woman too, Jal?
You feel like words have been said. Maybe you feel like whatever words have been said to themselves. Like Ivar has said something to himself, and Nesca has also said something to herself. But nobody has said anything to you about the person that you are now witnessing in the alleyway.
All right. So, yeah, the whole stacked up 10 feet wide alleyway, that would be quite the problem if I couldn't fly. So I'm going to bonus action Genie's Gift Flight.
God damn it.
And from this melee of individuals, I'm going to rise over top of it, glowing bright green from head to toe, look down at who I know as Fatima, and just kind of look down and say, "Listen, I don't know what kind of trouble you're causing, but we just got here. What's the deal?"
Is he talking to me?
Yeah, he's talking to you.
Oh, well, so
He
you
just came
see,
around the corner. Somebody is on fire and looking menacing. He doesn't know who's friend or foe other than those two.
I turn those blazing white hot eyes to him and just say, "Now is not the time for questions. Fuck these dudes up first, and then we can talk."
Yeah. You hear
Oh,
that?
you mean
John?
that one? And I'm
Yes,
gonna
Mama.
point at
I mean,
the one-
sorry. Yes.
I'm just going to say, oh, like that one, and I'm going to point at the one who hasn't been targeted yet, and I'm going to target him with Eldritch Blast.
Got it. Okay.
So, first beam, that's a nat one. Second beam, trying real hard, guys. That's a 15 to hit.
That hits. That makes the AC.
Beautiful. I'm going to pump my Genie's Blessing into this. So we get to do, that's 13 points of force damage, and I'm actually going to throw him backwards 10 feet. Actually,
Okay.
15 feet because Crusher feet.
Got it. Okay.
So
That
that guy there.
is
Oh, and then just
13
wipe
points
him
of
15
damage.
feet back.
Okay. 13 points. You knock him 15 feet back, or at least 10 feet back, and then you make him plow through a series of crates, dealing an additional 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
Does that complete your turn?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. That brings up that guy's turn. As he sort of like pulls himself out of the crates, he sees you, Jal, and he looks incredibly pissed at this moment.
Could I flavor green mage hand of middle finger?
He quickly sheathes his blade, brings up his crossbow, and he's going to launch a crossbow bolt in your direction.
Bring it on.
That is a dirty 20 to hit.
Not that hard. Don't bring it on that hard.
Well, it rolls shit for damage. So that is 4 points of piercing damage. And I need you to give me a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
On save. All right.
This poison is annoying.
Don't worry, everybody. I'm a professional.
Oh, no worries. You guys are good.
6.
You rolled a 6?
Yeah.
Got it.
We're just going to swap D20s. That's
Jal,
a lot of numbers.
you take 31 points of poison damage.
So,
Jal, you feel the bolt. It doesn't even like whether this assassin. At first, you think the assassin might not be as professional because it didn't seem like they were aiming for any vital organs. Because they just it just slightly grazes your arm and then ricochets off into the wall. But the bolt definitely pierces the skin as it passes through your area, and suddenly your left arm feels very heavy, and there's a burning pain in the area where it cut the skin. And suddenly there's this almost like your arm isn't there, as you suddenly become almost numb on that side of your body.
Jal takes the hit with the crossbow bolt, kind of like it turns back and goes, I've had worse than that, and then just kind of ow! He just starts screaming.
This emerald green figure hovering above the
just had a bad
Ace Ventura.
He's literally just like, oh my
Ace
god.
Ventura 2.
Right, exactly. That will complete the assassin's turn. Out of the darkness, a second crossbow bolt comes from seemingly out of nowhere. All the way down at the far end of the alley, you suddenly see this, Ivar, you see a crossbow bolt just suddenly go, and that is a 19 to hit.
I'm not wearing armor or anything, so yeah, that hits.
Yeah, that being said, Jal doesn't have mage armor on. We in a city. Take some action.
Now that is 4 points of piercing damage.
4?
4.
Okay.
I need you to give me a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
No, I don't.
What?
I am immune to disease.
It's not a disease.
Oh, sorry, it's poison. Never mind. What's the con?
DC 15.
That'll be a 15.
Nice try.
5, 10. That is 15 points of poison damage. That's 30 halved. So 15 points of poison damage. Again, this hits the arm that is carrying... Oh, wait. Did you drop the sack of your armor?
Yeah.
Yes, you did. You dropped it to the ground. So the arm that was carrying that armor in that sack that you had sort of hoisted up, suddenly there is a bolt that suddenly punches into the skin right at the shoulder. And it pierces deep, and it really wakes you up. So gone are all the warm, happy feelings of renewed vigor and lease on life and just happiness freshly fallen upon what was once a veiled Ivar, a sickly Ivar who perhaps was near death's door.
You probably see when the arrow lands, though, and it lands on him and he sees it, he feels the poison and he just has that moment where he just pulls it, and it's just that when he just looks in the direction of where the crossbow came, and it's just his eyes now are just old Ivar. And it's like, oh, okay, so this has gonna be your wanna play. Okay, I got my eye on you, Jake Quallen.
Oh, you done effed up now, AA Ron.
I'm gonna take him to Oshak Hennessy's office right now.
You guys are just tossing off all of these names, and you're not entirely sure if they land. That will complete that assassin's turn. That will bring up Yanshu. Yanshu sees the crossbow bolt hit Nesca, and he sees you sort of like raise your hand, like to feel at the wound, and then you see that, or he sees you sort of like look at the person who hit you just then, and he sees the smile, which indicates two things in his mind. One, these bolts, these weapons, they are dealing in some things that we are very familiar with. And so he doesn't discount you in that moment. He doesn't necessarily think, oh, she'll be fine. He comes alongside you, and he immediately goes in to attack the assassin who attacked you. And hold on. That is a oh. Excuse me, this D20 is getting away from me.
Expeditious retreat on the die.
Okay.
The one on the floor counts. The one on the floor.
The 15 makes it, but the nat 20 definitely does.
Oh, hell.
My boy!
Yanshu, Nesca, suddenly there is a blur of speed as Yanshu moves right through. It's almost like there's a moment where you blink, and then suddenly he is on the opposite side of this one assassin, behind him, almost right alongside Fatima. And you see him just sort of spin around in like a swirl of dust, and his blade is drawn, and he has two red ribbons of blood as this gashes are formed on this assassin's armor as he is cut deep. It's like, and that's not that high. That is 4 points of piercing damage on the first hit. And then there is the sneak attack damage, because you all are in melee with this dude. So that was 4, 16, 17, 18 points of piercing damage on the first attack. Second attack, that is 9 points of piercing damage. And then, that is 18 points of sneak attack damage. Yanshu just whirls around, and he sort of suddenly notices Fatima for the first time, and his eyes just sort of take notice and then come right back, looking to make sure that Nesca is safe. That completes his turn. That brings us back up to the top of the order with Fatima.
Quick question. So the two that are closest to me, I guess the one that was engaged with me but is now engaged with Ivar, and then the one that's engaged with Nesca, how close are they in proximity to one another?
They're about 5 feet away from each other.
Sick. Awesome. Okay. So I'm not gonna chase the one that just got pushed away. What I'm going to do is, let's see. I'm going to slide out one of my scimitars, and at the one that is attacking Ivar, I move in on him, and I'm going to strike and hopefully add some spice to that shortly. Ooh, what? Dance in smarty pants. Ooh, That's a dirty 20.
Nope. Okay.
Yay. And then remind me, I want to add green flame blade to this, so that can be all part of all together one action. Or
you say?
Yes.
Suddenly Joel is like, whew.
Now
Green
you speak
fire?
language.
Speaking
My
his
weakness.
language. Speaking his language.
I believe we were meant to be together.
Oh God.
Okay, so you cause green suddenly. Okay, so you strike, you hit with the first attack on a dirty 20, and then you cause green fire to leap from the target to a different creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet. Second creature takes fire damage equal to your spell casting ability modifier.
Sick. Okay. So the green flame blade doesn't hit the first guy, but it hits the second guy, right?
Correct.
Got you. Okay. All right. So
And if I may, that is when you are below level 5. We, I believe, are level 10 unless there is a very huge level discrepancy
shit.
between the guest
So,
person.
so yeah, you were of a significantly higher level now. So, you would be rolling. Oh,
I think I'm only
Yeah.
2 days.
Yep. It go up.
So, at 5th level, the melee attack deals an extra D8 fire damage. So
Yeah.
you're rolling a D8 fire damage for the one that you hit. So that was how much damage for that hit?
I did not roll that yet because with
Okay,
just the
so-
attack, it's no. Go ahead.
So the initial you rolled a dirty 20.
Yeah.
So roll the damage for the scimitar hitting, but then
Yeah.
there's an additional D8 for that.
Right.
But there isn't, because there's actually more than that. It is
Yes.
an additional 2d8 for that hit, and then 2d8 that immediately
Plus
goes to
3.
the one next to you.
Yeah. The next one gets 2d8 plus 3 because it adds my spell attack modifier.
You're right.
I believe it is. Yeah. Okay. So that's a 6 plus 2. That's 8 for just the scimitar hit. And then I need some d8s. Do I just take whatever the 2d8 is and then add the plus 3 for the second guy?
Yes.
Okay, so technically same roll, kind of. So 6. And that's 6 and 6 for that first home skillet biscuit.
So 12.
And then the second one gets 9.
9. Okay.
I have
The
to
one-
add to that though. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm making that a defensive flourish because College of Swords up in here. So I'm going to spend a bardic to deal some more damage.
Okay.
It says expend 1 use of your bardic inspiration and deal extra damage equal to the number you roll on the die. Is that both of those? The attack roll just by itself, or the
I think
attack roll plus the flame?
I think you have to pick one. So it's either the damage roll that you're doing with the additional like 2d8, or it's the 2d8 plus the attack roll that you made.
We're gonna do the 2d8 because that was 9. Or I mean, sorry, the second one because it's 9. 2d8 plus 3. Yeah, it was 9.
How do you want to do this?
Hey, what? Okay, so dang, and that's only 1 slash. Come on.
So the one that's fighting Nesca, the one that was fighting Nesca, that also just got hit by Yanshu.
That
That
Oh,
is the
okay.
one-
So second guy, not the guy who actually struck with the blade. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So I run up on homeboy that's fighting Ivar, and I just do a nice like upward slash through his back. Ouch! 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 The green flame that sparks and very much like is very erratic fire leaps onto the other guy, and it's almost not like how acid eats, but close to that. Like it's gnawing away at this dude's body, and it does its work, and apparently it does good work.
Yeah. The second, for all intents and purposes, doesn't matter anymore because you can't tell once this is done. What appeared to be a human assassin from somewhere is now reduced to a pile of ash as the green fire that has leapt from the Dragonborn's body suddenly and is just immediately encircles, comes in up under his chin and just completely burns him down to the ground. And he is no more. I
It's not
believe
the end of my turn because
that
I
is
have
not the end of-
two,
God!
two. Yeah, I got 2 of them bad boys. So I'm gonna, get in where we fit in. We're gonna do the same thing again. Although the green flame blade, if the other guy is far, then it doesn't matter. So we won't worry about that. attack damage. Also, my AC goes up by 9 if I took the roll of the extra damage that I added with the defensive flourish. My AC goes up 9 until the start of my next turn.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Got to protect the squish. Got to protect the squish.
God,
Cards.
marry me.
Cards are
What?
fucking
So here's the
great.
thing. I would like to say, if y'all haven't caught on to this yet, there is another campaign that is running at the same time that is not published. You can't find it on YouTube. Can't find it anywhere. But Fatima is one of the characters in that campaign. I will say this just to say this next part. I have never seen them use their scimitars.
Not
Oh,
very
no,
often.
that's not true.
very
I've
often.
only seen them use it once. And but this is so exciting because it's honestly one of those moments where you forget that they are a College of Swords bard. So yeah. And honestly, because I haven't seen you use it since that last time when you were at lower level, so it didn't do this much damage or have this many cool things attached to it. So this is great.
That part. All right. So the next. You're gonna be mad.
Why?
Say it.
Net
Say
20, my guy.
This is against the
The one that I hit, the one facing Ivar.
the
Dragonborn.
Dragonborn dude.
Yes,
Okay.
correct. And since Green Flame Blade is still on this, or not even that. No. It's not because of the Green Flame Blade. It's because the scimitar that I have is one of the special ones that we got from another realm, and you let us have it, and it's mine now. So I got a nat 20 on that. That means I get an extra 14 slashing damage to the damage roll. And then it says I have to roll another d20. If I roll a 20, I get to cut off a limb.
Right.
It's probably not going to happen, but I'm going for it anyways. Andy
Want
big
this to happen
mad.
so bad.
Andy is big mad.
I want
Can
it.
anyone else see the regret on his face?
Oh.
This is the fuck it. This is a look.
Andy. Well, you know what? You're fine. That I don't get to chop off a limb, but they still get that extra 14 automatically to the damage. I'm gonna roll the damage now, so that's a d6 plus 2, and then the 2d8 because Green Flame Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Be
You
mad
have
about
to
it.
double all those because of crits.
Oh my god, yeah.
So yeah, it take the full
Or
it takes the
wait,
full
how
damage
much are
and then
we-
you get
Yeah.
to roll.
Oh yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Fuck him up. Fuck him up. Fuck him up.
So
Fuck him
that's
up.
4. That's 4, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 4 and 9. So that's 13 plus the 14 extra for getting a nat 20 on the initial attack roll.
Say it.
Say it.
Say it.
How do you want to do this?
Now, this is a very important quick question for you, because even though with this wonderful, awesome item that I didn't manage to make the natural 20 on the second roll to see if I got to chop off a limb, since I am fucking his ass up so badly, do I get to chop off something anyways?
I mean, okay, so there's that side benefit that the sword does provide you.
Uh-huh.
I'll say that since you didn't, it doesn't matter though in this instance, since you are killing them. I'll say, how do you want to do this? The world is your oyster.
Oh, I love it. Okay. So you know what? Just like, a wonderful blade-centric dance that you can see at Silk Sensations when my residency begins. She, from her uppercut on this guy's back, does a nice little dance spin around and lops his head off. And it does a...
Head doesn't count as a limb, but yeah, sure.
And hits the wall, bounces off the wall, rolls on the ground. And for added flavor, if you don't mind, can I look off in the distance to the motherfucker with the crossbow and just... I don't say nothing, I just look. And we're glowing.
So you don't see
Oh, I
that.
don't see.
You don't see any. You just saw a bolt
I'll
just
look-
streak out and hit Ivar.
Can I look at
Not
the
sure
one
where it
that's?
came from.
Can I look at the one that Green Buddy flying pushed away?
Yes.
Okay, that stares for him,
Okay.
and that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
What a round. Jeez.
Hot damn.
That's it. That's it for the that's
Yeah,
that's just all.
That's so yeah. That's the thing that just happened. Nesca, you are up.
We all saw the crossbow bolt come out from somewhere down the alleyway.
Yes.
I want to book it and try and find that person.
You're running past so the two assassins, suddenly one is reduced to ash, and then suddenly the other one gets in a whirling display of swordsmanship. Just the other one is bereft of his head, and suddenly you see an opening that just appears like right past Yanshu as these two assassins' corpses drop to the ground. There is a way for you to get. You just have to make I'll say give me an athletics check because you have to jump over some boxes.
Can I argue acrobatics? Dope monk stuff.
Yeah, sure, fine.
Yay. Oh, 14.
It's dope monk stuff. It's fine.
Okay.
So yeah, you're able to like very deftly parkour up onto some of these crates, and then you're able to like bounce off of the wall down onto the ground. And at this point, you are past the assassin that just shot up at Jal. So you're about 10 feet past them. I'm assuming you're give me a perception check to see if you can see where this one is hiding.
Ooh, perception. That was a natural 18. No, that's persuasion. 21 for perception.
21. As you focus on and you're very good at finding like I'll say sniper positions, but you're very good at spotting vantage points where one might use a weapon like a crossbow, and none of them seem to be there anymore. Based off of what you saw, it seems like this one may have shot and ran.
Coward. Was that all my movement?
No, you still have because all you've done is move at this point, and look. So I'll say you have another, I think, you have another 15 feet of movement.
15? Cool. Gosh dang it. Can I determine where the crossbow came out? Were they on the ground originally, or did they shoot down? Sorry.
So if you're looking down the alley, you can see that the alley continues another 25 feet. And then across there's another alley or roadway that crosses and past that. And then there is a building that is up that is across the street from there. It would appear that based off of the trajectory of the bolt and where it came in from, that the person was probably at either a high window or at the very topmost point of that building. And this building looks to be about 50 feet in the air. The top of the building, not the building itself.
Yeah. All right. I will run the 5 feet, the 10 feet back to the guy that Jal has pushed.
Mm-hmm.
But while yelling that building!
Okay.
Sniper there! And I'll just try and finish this guy off.
Okay.
So first attack will miss. Second attack, 15 plus 6, I think is my...
That's a hit.
Yep, cool. And this is... it'll be unarmed, so it'll be... Whoops. Where is it? It is a d6. 7 points of bludgeoning, and how's he looking?
He looks hurt, but he hasn't sustained as much damage yet. The only person who has hit him so far is Jal.
I will do Stunning Strike. You can spend 1 key point.
Okay.
Con save DC 15.
That is an 11.
Great. So it'll be with a punch that does land, I'll Stunning Strike them for 9 points of damage.
9.
And they are
Got it.
stunned until the end of my next turn.
Yeah, you come in from the side and you just clock him right in the beak. And you hear this like a bird sound, just like as you just full force punch him, just full on stunning him in this moment. He just sort of spins and like hit like part of his. He tries to like gain his balance as he sort of spins back into the crate that Jal knocked into. Does that complete your turn?
Do I still get my bonus action?
Yes.
Or is that okay? Because that was my second attack. So yeah, blow it. I'll attack him with advantage.
Okay.
Wail on this guy. 24. The other one was a 3. And I get another attack with my flurry of blows. That one fell out. It's cocked. That second 5 and a 3. What the hell? So 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
8 points. 8 points of bludgeoning. Okay. Okay.
That will end my turn.
It will end your turn. Ivar, you are up with Jal on deck.
So this figure that threw the crossbow, I know that Nesca didn't see them, but I was looking at them in the previous thing. Are they still on site? Like, can I see them still or no?
I don't think you saw them. You didn't see that. You looked. You saw the crossbow bolt come in and hit you. You didn't necessarily see where exactly it came from.
Oh, gotcha. I thought that I'd seen them. I'm going to say that what Ivar does, Ivar actually in that moment just has where he reaches and actually draws his shield, and sword.
You're drawing you're bringing your shield and your sword up, and you're drawing it.
Andy looks way too excited right now.
It's a good thing.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, the nightmare's gone.
You said it was gone. Why are you asking it like that?
I said it's a normal sword now.
Okay.
No, but I think he would. The moment that he gets the poison arrow and everything, he would probably like takes out his shield and the sword.
Okay.
Is there a point of entry to the building that Nesca suggested to nearby?
Yes, there is. It looks like there's a standard. It looks like there is a ground level entry that has like there's a slight step up to the main entrance, but there looks like there's just the building itself looks like it's kind of a little bit of a disrepair. There's some scaffolding on the outside of it, but that sort of indicates that there's work that's being done on it. But the front entryway you can't really see in past it because there is what looks to be a curtain, like a tattered curtain that sort of is hanging down in the front entrance.
Gotcha. I'm going to say that what Ivar is going to do is he's going to turn to look at the individual who Nesca and Jal have been fighting. He's just like, he draws the sword, he draws the shield, he looks at the building, he doesn't... Am I able to roll perception to see if I see anything, if I spot...
Okay, so first things first, I just want to make it very clear.
Yes.
You are drawing the sword, and you are bringing your shield to bear.
Yes.
Ivar, give me a religion check. This will all be done way in post.
That'll
Still
be
all the looks.
That'll be a dirty 20.
Yes. Okay, Ivar, as you draw your sword from its sheath and you bring your shield off of your back and hold it in front of you, the renewed vigor that you were experiencing prior to entering into this fraught situation returns, but in an exponential way. This is a feeling that you could only, like, the only thing that you can compare it to is when the Quori is first fills you. Except you know it's not that, because there is a process for that. In this moment, you feel the energy, almost the hand of Umanatar in this moment at your back, pushing you forward. And you hear the word, but you hear it in your own voice, in your mind, saying, "Forward." And it reminds you of the voice that you had when you were younger and you were leading troops into battle. And there is an urgency and an authority behind it. But you know that it is not your voice. It sounds like your voice, but it is not coming from you. And you feel this hand that is just at your back pushing you in that direction.
Ivar, the moment that he draws the sword and the shield and he stands there and he has that moment, he hears the voice. He feels the hand and he just has a moment of just a gasp of, and he just looks in the direction of the building and he just forward. And he moves in that direction. Yeah, he'll go toward the building.
You're taking your full movement?
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to say, if that's going to be my turn, as he says forward, he looks over the group and he casts on Jal, Neska, and Yanshu. He casts Bless.
Got it. Okay. As you cast Bless, you see that that Neska and Jal are engaged fully with this Kenku assassin. And you eye that one building, you utter the prayer, and Bless suddenly goes out to your allies. And you feel, all of you feel this whoosh of energy that sort of just empowers each of you. Except for you, Fatima. You do not feel this because was not directed at Fatima. It was just...
Yeah, it's only 3 people, so
got it.
Yeah.
I would say that he just prioritizes his party.
I'm
Okay.
hashtag blessed in other ways.
Yeah. You send out the blessing, and then suddenly you move. You're able to get all the way to the street, not all the way to the front door of this building, but you're able to get to the street just directly in front of the building. I'll say that as you enter the main thoroughfare, you see several food carts. These look to be like people who are selling street food. They're the equivalent of a hot dog stand, basically. But in terms of this, it's like they're selling falafel, and they're like, you see all the people manning them just sort of looking in fear as they see you suddenly rush out of the alley, sword and shield in hand, with a slight silvery glow about you. And you see one of the I nearly said hot dog workers. One of these street vendors, you see him sort of point like fearfully up at the building, up at the top, and just pointing in that direction.
He sees the man, the figure pointing in the direction on the top of the building, and he just calls out, "Poison and arrows are great to serve those who choose cowardly ways. Step out, let me grant you an honorable death."
What is your passive perception, Ivar?
15.
15. Ivar, as you step out into the street, you see the vendors, and you see the one that is pointing up at the top of the building. And out of the corner of your eye, you see a young man, about maybe late 20s, black hair, very short kept, a black cloak, standing at his side with a hand passing through his arm is Rihanna. The gentleman looks to be wearing a white silk shirt with a black cravat, with what looks to be a red ornamental pin that is through the center of it. His eyes are blue, but they periodically seem to glint with a gold color. And you see that he is wearing a black cloak and a blackened vest. And at his sides are two very ornate black daggers that seem to be oozing sort of some kind of black energy. This gentleman looks at you, Ivar, looks at his sister, and winks at you. I'll be seeing you soon. Traces his finger in the air. And he and Rihanna step through and are gone.
Step through? Does that mean that I will get a chance for him to force a wisdom saving throw?
I'll say you've done.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's the same turn, then technically I cast bless. So
yeah. So yeah. There is that exchange. Rihanna, as she steps through, looks at you, Ivar. And the young, kindly, loving, caring expression on their face that you've known and grown to care about so much in the last several weeks since you departed and saved them from all of the dangers of Ashcaleen is gone. What replaces it is a cold, cruel smirk. One that says, gotcha. And with that, they disappear. There is a burst of energy and air as suddenly they are gone. Jal, Neska, and Yanshu. I need you to give me dexterity saving throws.
Hi.
Is this a magical effect?
No.
We do get bless. We do get
You
bless.
got bless, yeah.
34.
We do get bless.
Yep.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
It's an
Oh.
18.
15.
Yanshu rolls a nat 1.
No, he doesn't. I say no. That's how that goes.
oh, so that's how you play the game.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
Well, Neska gets a 25.
Just give him 5 of those. Just split it up.
It's not gonna help.
Neska, you got a 25.
Yeah.
Jal, you got a what?
18.
Got an 18.
I did get it.
You both succeed. Yanshu does not, obviously.
I don't even want to know how many dice are in there.
Ooh, he's just
He is
making it
immune
look
to
big.
poison damage.
I don't think
Not
that's going to be poison.
We're about to nuke another city around everybody here. Is that what you're gonna do, sir?
Listen, it's tradition, okay?
Ashcaleen 2 Electric Boogaloo.
And because it's tradition, everybody knows who they are, what they're supposed to. Tradition.
Oh my god.
I don't like that look.
Don't you fucking dare.
Fuckers are just.
Why are you grabbing more dice? Stop.
Jal,
Oh god.
from your vantage point above the fray, you see this whirling dervish of flame. Oh, I'm sorry, Fatima. Please give me a dexterity saving throw. I completely forgot. You're right.
Damn it.
Fatima be like,
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
That
one
sucks
with the
for you
wall.
guys.
Walls are usually just like this with a hot figure of flame. This is just a wall. You can't see
Stand
shit.
in front of a burn
Just-
barrel.
You said Dex, right, Andy?
Yes.
Okay. Oh hell yeah. 16 plus 7, 21, right?
23.
23. Thank
Um,
you.
Yes, you do succeed.
Stressed.
Uh,
Is this a
hold on.
spell?
I need to do math.
See, this is why I say math sucks. We don't need it.
I mean,
Okay. Jal, from your vantage point above the fray, you see this whirling, fiery dervish of a firewoman
Sounds
just
about right.
spin through these assailants with their blades, working in tandem with Neska's dope monk shit and Yanshu's dope assassin shit. This is all the assassins in front of you are dispatched with embarrassingly fast speed. One is beheaded, one is reduced to ash, the other is stunned. Suddenly there is a glow as they are illuminated, seemingly from something within them.
Oh, I
Y'all-
did this.
Jal, you barely have a moment to yell you're able to get out half a warning to Neska. Step back. Get back. And you feel the heat of an intense, fiery explosion. And Neska, thankfully you are fully fixated on the Kenku that you've just stunned. You see the glow just as you're hearing Jal's words above, and you are able to backflip behind some crates that are just behind you. And you are able to get not outside, but get away from the immediate blast since you've succeeded in your dex save. Yanshu, he sees Neska do this. And over the din of the battle, he sees Ivar move past, and he becomes fixated on Ivar, and he's not looking at the Kenku. All he feels is the heat of the blast. Kenku's body is ripped apart as the explosion, this fiery explosion, just firestorms down the alley. Ivar, you feel the heat at your back. Yanshu takes 59 points of fire damage. Neska, you take that halved. Fatima, you take that halved. Jal, you take that halved.
Don't.
Yeah,
I have evasion.
Fuck
And
off.
I'm immune to fire damage because of my ring of fire elemental command.
And if I succeed a dexterity saving
I
throw,
wanna-
I have evasion.
I want to not take shit either. So as a
Neska, you
reaction
take
of this-
you take 15 points. Jal, you take the 30.
Yeah, but it's not going to be that big of a deal because as the flames are incoming, I say, step back and then make a big arcing motion with the ring and encase myself in green light as I use my reaction for the Eldritch Invocation titled Tomb of Levistus. So
Nice.
for this attack, Jal has 100 temporary HP.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But I have vulnerability to fire damage, so I'll take 60 out of that 100 temporary HP.
No,
vulnerable-
no. You take the 30 because you
No,
did
no, no.
succeed your dexterity saving throw.
Yes, but then I have vulnerability, which would double the damage
Wait, you're vulnerable to fire damage?
when this goes up.
Oh,
When this goes up, it is vulnerability to fire damage.
Oh, because it's ice. Got you.
Yep.
got it.
Technically.
All right.
So, yes, now I have 40 temporary hit points, and I can't do anything until the end of my turn.
So
My next turn.
Jal becomes an icicle.
Yeah.
Jal becomes an icicle, drops to the ground. You drop to the you suddenly.
You want to throw some fall damage in there?
No, I'm not gonna do that to you.
You sure?
Yeah.
Why? You don't want me to say that I'm resistant to bludgeoning damage?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't want you to have to say that because I know you would totally say that because of your goddamn ring. Okay.
Love you.
Nesca. Dope monk shit ensues, or who am I kidding? Continues to ensue as you not only are able to get behind this crate, but you're also able to suddenly very quickly and deftly just pull another crate in front of you, just bracing yourself from the heat and the impact of the explosion, even though you are still very close to the epicenter of it. Fatima, you don't move. Explosion happens, and you feel. Remind me of the name of your fire elemental.
Spitfire with a Y.
You feel just the ramp up of energy within the ring as you hear Spitfire's voice within your mind say, "Do you require my services?"
Yeah, baby. Shields up.
Spitfire suddenly and consumes at least the impact and the flame that is headed in your direction. Just suddenly, takes it all into his mouth and just swallows it.
Love it when you do that.
Boring. As this all happens, Yanshu takes the full force of this explosion, and he is knocked unconscious.
Albert's gonna rush back.
Hands of healing.
Hell, healing word too. Who's closest?
I mean, you both are very close to him.
Okay.
An ice cube. I felt left out.
Wait, do we hear anything? Because this Kenku has just exploded. Was there a loud bang that consumed everything, or was it just this flash of white light and heat? Sorry, I got so caught up that I was panicking internally a little bit.
There was
hear or see him, or
there was you saw it happen in almost slow motion. It felt like for you. You, from your vantage point behind the crates, through the crack, you're able to see Fatima just stand there with suddenly fire encasing and then swallowing the flames coming in her direction. The rest of the flames that are blown up into the air, you see Jal suddenly drop down this hunk encased in ice, just making an impact on the ground as he just drops, just gravity doing the work. Pieces of ice just suddenly fleck off from the force of the explosion, but other than that, nothing happens. Yanshu, with his attention focused off in Ivar's direction, does not see the explosion and is immediately blown right back into the crates that you have in front of you. Let's go. You see him consumed temporarily by the flame. You see his skin just blackened and burned, and you see that one of the bones in his arm has completely burst through out of his skin, and he is just sort of lying, just slumped up against the crate, not moving. You are doing a hand of healing.
Yeah, I will scream out in Abyssal, just calling out his name, telling him, like, don't you dare leave me. And as soon as I get to him, the moment I touch him, I am going to channel as I've got 3 key points left. I will stabilize him with my first hand of healing, which I will roll. And then in the second one, I want to grab the arm, the broken arm, and like pull it to make the arm, like the bone, go back into place. And then while I hold it there to try and staunch the bleeding, use another hand of healing.
Okay. This coupled, suddenly you feel the heat of Fatima right alongside of you. And you, Fatima, you say healing words upon Yanshu.
Actually, question: can I tell the damage that the fire, this explosion has done? Is it more explosive or is it fire and have things caught in the alley? I'm asking about the head that I lopped off. More importantly, did it get caught
this
up
was
in
a
flame?
This was a mixture of both things.
Okay.
You notice the buildings. Actually, give me a perception check.
Shit. Okay. Nope, that's not in the box. 16 plus 8.
24.
24.
As you see Nesca begin to do something, you see her applying some things, but also speaking. Do you speak Abyssal? Wait a second. Do you speak?
I do not.
Do
No.
not speak Abyssal. Okay.
Ooh.
You see her begin to lay her hands on Yanshu and do a series of very interesting hand gestures, things you've never seen before. You see things begin to reform and adjust and fall back in line with how bodies are normally supposed to look. While that is happening, though, something that you do notice as you look around, the ground around you is completely charred, and the bodies of the assassins are gone. You do see that the buildings on either side of you look to be, at this particular moment, structurally unsound.
Fuck nuggets. Okay, so the head gone. No more. Can't do nothing with that. It went bye-bye.
Oh, it's gone.
Shit. Okay, seeing that we are probably not even minutes away from potential collapse all around us, I just say, if y'all don't want to get smushed, get the fuck out of the alley. And I'm going to, how many feet is it from me where I'm at to the alley? Like out of the alley?
From where you are, it's about 25 feet.
Oh, bet. Okay. I'm just gonna real quick fucking Misty step up out of this bitch. I'm not gonna leave them entirely. I'm just outside of the alley. Like, I'm not gonna get smushed.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, you Misty step out of the alley. As you Misty step, you hear the faintest sound of cracks. As it sounds like portions of the structures on either side seem to be fraying and snapping.
Do I have anything? I don't got nothing. Oh, wait. No, fuck. No, that wouldn't do anything.
This is quite a ride.
Fuck. I have nothing. God damn it. Oh, I have nothing to absorb this or protect them from it.
Okay.
Yep.
So you are outside the alley now. You're a little bit behind where Ivar is.
Okay.
Ivar, you're standing basically in the middle of the street. At this point, the vendors around you are beginning to disperse, like they're running away in different directions, sort of pointing at the alley and yelling just a series of things. Jal, this thing lasted for a round, correct?
Yes, it ends at the end of my next turn.
Okay. Technically, we are out of initiative order, but I'm still going to say that you are beginning the melting process right now. So at this point, you are from the torso down. You've begun to melt. So you are able to see what is happening outside of the ice that encases you right now. Nesca, you were able to get Yanshu's arm right. How much healing did you give him?
I got him to 13 hit points.
13 hit points. Okay. You are able to heal him for 13 hit points. You see his sort of burnt body and broken in many ways heal in your arms. And you see his eyes just sort of flicker open as he regains consciousness. He sort of smiles at you weakly and says, I'm so sorry, Nesca. I wasn't looking.
I'm for that later. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So you're helping him up?
Yeah.
You're able to use, if you use half your movement, you're able to help him up to his feet.
Ooh, you know what? That's fine because I have 60 feet, so 30 feet to get up. I have 1 key point left.
Okay.
Can I step of the wind with him out of the alley?
I'll say you're able to have the distance with the step of the wind.
Hang on, step of the wind. Action. Where is it? Bonus actions.
Wait, so they would only go.
It would just be like your regular.
Oh,
speed.
so it'd be my movement. So yeah, because it lets me move my movement. So 30 feet of my movement, then we get 30 feet out, and then it'll be another 30 feet. So I can move 60 feet. Yep.
Right. So
that should take us out.
Yes. You should be able to.
Ivar, seeing Jal half encased in ice, Ivar actually goes into the alley to...
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
He goes into the alley to...
Ivar, you run right past Nesca, carrying or supporting the struggling Yanshu as they are running past you out of the alley. You guys are now, Nesca and Yanshu, you're right alongside Fatima. As you look back into the alley, you see Ivar running towards a still half-melted Jal.
I have nothing. I'm screaming at him. No,
Ivar?
like, don't.
Yeah. What is your movement?
30.
30. You're able to get all of the way to Jal. Just as you hear the creaks and sneezes of the building, as you hear the cracks of the foundations of the building, and suddenly you see, it's like foundations of the building are completely weakened at this point, the lower portions, and then suddenly it's like the buildings themselves, these two buildings, suddenly it's like they drop for a second, as the building suddenly drops down onto nothing. The foundation just completely crumbles, and then they begin to teeter towards you. I need you, and Jal, you really can't, as you are...
I'm technically incapacitated until this effect ends.
Question.
Go ahead.
Can I use athletics to attempt to push and slide the ice of Jal away from the hole, the alleyway?
I'll say yes, you can definitely do that.
If I can, Andy.
Son of a
never
fucking bitch.
No. What?
You didn't roll very well.
You didn't roll well.
No, that's a
What did
total
you roll?
10.
Roll a 10. Okay.
Yeah.
As I am doing that, in my head,
does he
I
have
am
advantage because it's ice and ice slides?
I was thinking that.
I'm going to say that as he's about to do that and feeling the weight of the ice and seeing everything around him, he actually is praying in his head as he says, "You said forward. Let me go forward with them." As I cast it, I'm going to say that it's just like a prayer, like a divine, like a prayer, and that's his attempt. Like that's where he's just shouts and yells with his might and attempts to push the ice out of the alleyway.
Okay. Ivar, I'm going to allow you to give me, because I'm going to allow you to do this, but you are going to incur a point of exhaustion.
Sure.
Give me a strength check. Just a straight strength check.
Andy, can we add a D4 to that? Because I could see him and
You can
bend
see
his
him.
luck.
You're gonna
For my reaction, can I? Because I'm
Isn't
screaming.
Isn't that your wild magic stuff?
No, that's just bend luck. Wild magic is only. I think it
okay.
only applies to like me myself.
Got it. Yeah, I'll say you can do that.
Add a D4, homie.
That's a total of 14.
With a D4?
Yeah, he rolled a 12, so 2 additional points.
Question: are you this thing that I'm describing? How are you thinking that I'm referring to this? As in, like me running and like kind of like sliding him out?
I'll ask you. What are you exactly doing?
I'm asking if I choose. Can I do another roll if I choose for it to be me attempting to push him while keeping Ivar in place?
No, dude. No.
No.
Fucking dare. Just you know what? You want to do the big thing? Break the ice.
No time.
Fucking hit my ass.
No time.
That shit.
You know you want to punch John.
Stop.
Yeah, but not like this. He's incapacitated. There's no fun in that.
The fun is you break the ice and then the effect ends. I'm no longer incapacitated. I get us both out of here.
The ice doesn't break on the first strike.
I fucking smite me, almighty smiter. I have a 12 AC right now and you have advantage to hit me. Just need to get up and I get us both out. That's it.
Trying to think in terms of what you've done so far. You've run back into the alley. You've made it all the way to you made it all the way to Jaw. You have attempted once to push him with your power. That did not work. And then you right now you are saying a prayer to, I'm assuming, a Monitor.
Yes.
And you are trying to just put your weight into it and just get him out of the alley, or get him out of the immediate danger.
Yeah.
Just because I want to see how this ends, or what's the result. That's ominous.
Why would you do that, Andy?
I want to see how all of you die. What?
Okay, so I rolled a percentile die.
Okay.
And I determined that the high roll of 50 or more was going to mean that you succeeded, or I'm sorry, that you failed. My bad. That it was, and I ended up rolling a 35.
So I succeed.
I will say that the impact of your body with the prayer, the impact of your body cracks the remaining ice, and you're able to get Jaw free. Jaw, I will say you have half of your movement to get in any direction.
How much distance to get out, and am I next to Ivar?
You are next to Ivar currently.
Okay. How much distance to get out of the alley?
That would be 25 feet.
25 feet. Grabbing Ivar is an action or free?
I'll say it's a free.
It's a free. Then I grab him, action, dash. I have flight. If my movement is halved, then that means that I can dash and get the fuck out with 45 feet of movement speed.
In the way that I'm thinking about this, and correct me if I'm wrong, you feel the impact, and the ice cracks around you, and
yes.
Your legs are suddenly free. You have freedom of movement. You see the building begin to topple down around you, and you suddenly the masonry of the tops of the buildings just starts to hit the alley floor, and it's just smoke and dust, and the area around you is illuminated by the silvery glow that is Ivar right now.
You mean we're both
and
glowing?
You using what power you have in this moment, you sort of just push your body into Ivar, and you're not flying, but you are definitely using the ring's power to like propel you forward
along the ground, like skipping like a fucking stone.
Okay. I need you to give me, this is to get, I'll say we're operating off of your dexterity saving throw, a dexterity saving throw for the two of you.
If before this dexterity saving throw happens, if I use my bonus action to cast Expeditious Retreat and dash again, am I just fucking out of here now that I have 75 feet of movement? Like a goddamn silver and green rocket.
I'll say give me a dexterity saving throw, and we'll find out.
We're casting that spell. I'm in it. We in it. We in it. Why is it mine? Why is it mine? I'm next to Ivar. What's your fucking charisma bonus, my dude?
Oh, the
4.
the best.
4? This will be a d20 plus my +2 dexterity modifier plus his +4 charisma modifier because of Paladin auras.
Yep.
And bless.
I forgot about bless.
Come on.
11 on the d20 plus 2
Okay.
brings us to 13 plus 4 brings us to 17. That is a 4 on the d4. That is a 21.
Come on.
Yes.
You do
Oh.
succeed. It's like watching something get shot out of a cannon. A green cannon.
You're goddamn right.
Ivar, you say this prayer, you destroy the ice that's holding Jal in place, and you almost don't have the ability to register how quickly this happens, as Jal is still able to see everything that's going on, and he sees you trying to just pummel into the ice and just break everything up. And the moment he suddenly feels freedom in his legs, he just brings the ring up, the ring glows, and you feel this impact. I do need you to take 1d6. You do take 3 bludgeoning damage as you feel the impact of Jal's body just suddenly pummel into you at full speed, racing across the ground. It's almost like watching a stone skip across a lake. Just
Jal would rotate so that if that happened, and honestly, because he's not planning on stopping, if we hit anything else, he's going to rotate so that he is on the bottom.
Okay.
If that were to happen and they were about to fall, Ivar basically would use the shield, since he's holding him, to basically put the shield so that the shield actually is the thing that makes the impact.
Got it. You do that. On a 21,
21.
you are spared the damage of falling buildings. The buildings collapse. The alley, it's like watching dominoes suddenly. As the buildings collapse, the alley is completely covered over in smoke and the destruction, as these buildings are no more. These 2 buildings appear to be some kind of like grain storehouses. So it not only is the building that is destroyed, but the contents themselves have just suddenly flooded the streets and just pour out. You shot out like a cannon. Because you've already, this happens, and it was a Hail Mary, but it's like one of those things that you can't really control at this point. As you suddenly go,
Don't plan on it.
as you
Full
streak
movement
out of the
straight
alley,
down.
you go right over the heads of Nesca, Yanshu, and Fatima. You guys see this green blur suddenly impact the building behind you. Jal and Ivar, you both take 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Have it for me.
And still got that stuff to soak, so you're good.
No,
As-
the temporary HP is gone as soon as the ice was gone. So,
Oh, fudge.
but it's okay because I have resistance to bludgeoning damage.
As your body's it's like a Looney Tunes. Jal's imprint is gone through the building, and you guys fall into what looks like a living room of some kind, packed against this, like what looks to be like a table, some chairs. There looks to be some kind of like a bar, a breakfast bar of some kind. You just impact through that, and then you finally land in what looks to be a laundry room of some kind. This whole building looks like it is under construction or under like renovation, which you could have told by the scaffolding on the outside of it. But other than that, the building looks to be holding, despite you crashing right through it.
Like a full-on fucking projectile.
As everything settles, the ringing in your ears from the impact dissipates, and you find yourselves not that music. Good lord!
So we did find
In
the
an
rave.
absolute rave.
Oh my god.
So that's where the fiery people are coming from.
Yeah, that's the music that the bards are playing when we land in this laundry room. They were having an underground rave, just.
It's like Brecca is the mecca of the rave around here.
Okay. As you guys sort of come to, not losing consciousness necessarily, but you're just sort of like, ow.
Yeah.
You realize, you pat yourselves, you're like, yep, all my limbs, still got everything. Everything's in the right place. And you guys are able to shakily stand. What do the rest of you do?
I make a beeline. Like, I know that this other, I know what a UNT is because I've seen at least one before. So I know that they're good. They got
What's
each other.
UNT?
I'm gonna actually challenge you on that, and I'm just gonna confess right now. This might be because I don't remember.
But I do.
When was the last time that you encountered a UNT?
Forever ago, when some dumb bitch took my life and said, "Here, you get to go to Ragnarok, have fun," and there was a UNT there.
Wait, hold on. Why am I not remembering this?
Go back, man. You gotta go back in time.
That's because if Ragnarok happened, that means that we're on the next life. So you don't
Well,
remember the
it's not
previous
actually
life. So you
Ragnarok,
just gotta
but
wait for the next Ragnarok. And
Wait,
No,
was
so
this
when
in
we
the
went-
elemental? This was the elemental plane of fire.
Yeah.
That's oh, so this was the gladiatorial arena.
Uh-huh.
You're right. You did encounter a UNT before. Okay.
So yeah, I know that they're okay. Obviously, one's a little worse for wear, but we're out of immediate danger as far as I can tell.
Yep.
So I make a beeline through the Looney Tunes hole that was just made in the building. And I'm seeking out Ivar because he's the only one that was at one point not in the alley, and I have questions.
Okay. You see, you
yes,
find
I'm
your
single.
way to them through the many different holes that they have created in this building, in the what looks to be the remains of a laundry room, and you through the hanging blankets and clothing items, you see sort of patting themselves and like shakily standing, finding their feet. While that is happening, Nesca, what are you and Yanshu doing?
I'm spent. Like, I don't have any key points. So hauling Yonshu away from as much danger and debris as possible. And while I can't spend any more key points, I do have a herbalism kit. So however you flavor or rule them, I don't technically raw, they allow you to create healing potions, but gonna say any herbs that I can like crush up or chew on and spit and to make into like a balm to put on any burns.
You're
Take
able
him to
to
the Paladin.
you're able to definitely
Or do that.
create like through the mixture of your saliva and your the herbs that you have in your kit. You're able to create like a burn poultice that you're able to then apply to portions of the severe burns that you see, and based off of your experience, I'll say that you're able to do that, and you know that it's going to it's going to be some relief.
Understand if it's not much, but yeah, make sure he's okay. And
he sort of just like lies down in the middle of the street, and no sleep till Brecca. No sleep till Brecca. You see him just sort of like put his hand on your shoulder, Nesca, and he just says very weakly, says, "Thank you. Once again, you have saved my ass. I appreciate you so much. Thank you."
Don't speak. Just
speaking.
recover.
Not speaking. Ivar, you as you pull yourself to your feet, you see Jal. You guys sort of both steady yourselves on each other, and you see Fatima come through the hole.
You see, Ivar has a moment where he just looks at Jal and he says, "My armor is under the rubble. I expect you to get it for me."
Put that
And then he
grenade
just,
in.
before he can even respond, he just taps his shoulder. It's just like, "Gratitude." And then he just moves to Fatima.
So help me God, if there's a fish stick vendor, you're buying me 3 of them. And he looks over and he sees Fatima and he's just like trying to straighten up and he goes, "Hey, who are you?" Hang on. And he just bends right back down like, 1 second.
Okay, because he looks a little bad. I'm gonna as I'm in motion approaching Ivar, I will kind of do a little to quick place a hand on Jal.
Mm-hmm.
And I will 7th level healing word you. That feels excessive, but I don't care. I'm trying to be nice. I try to be nice.
Making good impressions and stuff.
I beg your 7th level? What
Yeah.
level are you?
Excusez-moi.
Questions
How
later,
level?
children. Questions later, children. No. Okay, hold on. Quick math. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah. 15 points of healing.
15 points of healing.
And then
15.
I write to Victor and just say, without batting an eye, where did you go? Who did you talk to? What happened? What was out? Yeah. what was outside of the alley that made you run away?
Ivar just has a moment where he's just taking a moment to look at Fatima, and then he just responds very matter-of-factly. There was another hidden one of the buildings. I went to seek them out, but I discovered something far more troubling.
Okay.
Not first, I would like to know who you are and why you were an issue with those men.
I have questions far and away more important than who I am. Please,
Well,
I will give that information to you. I promise. And then I kind of like simmer down a little bit because the flames have been hopping real mad like. So I just woosah. What is this extra that you're not trying to tell me right now? What did you see?
he literally just stands there in silence, just waiting for you to answer what he mentioned. And his face is just
Okay.
I was just going to say, he's like this. And just start heading towards the rubble and just literally like using the ring and just trying his best with telekinesis to move the rubble out of the way.
Oh my God. We don't have time for this. I can't even use any wiles, and it doesn't matter what they are on you at this moment. So, okay. Who am I? I am Fatima Lux. All right. The name has flown all the way around Brecca, up and through all of this continent and several others. I'm important because I'm famous. If that's not enough, we can talk more later, but please answer my question.
So Jal is dumb as a box of rocks, but if she's so famous, do I know this name?
No.
Have any of us? Oh, balls.
No, just flat out no.
Not around our world, you're not famous.
I swear to God, I'm famous, okay?
Ivar is hearing all of it. Ivar is hearing all of it, and he just has a moment of, oh.
I'm a performer. Like, come on. Duh.
Still doesn't answer my question about the men that attacked you. And then he just starts walking out through the
I was
cartoon hall.
minding my own business, and then I get gassed, okay? What do I look like Getting jumped on by 3 dudes. Me, just me.
You look like someone who is very interested in what I saw outside the alley, which makes me think that your business is important business, and I find myself in the middle of it now.
Jal, no filter. When she says, "What do I look like?" just in the background, just goes hot, and then lets the conversation go.
How do you even know the two are connected? Look, there's a lot of shit going on in this city. All right, my trail's a little hot, no pun intended, okay? And had I not probably, been a little less out of my disguise, I would have been maybe a little bit all right in that situation back there. But I wasn't, and I didn't. Y'all helped me out. Big ups to you. Thank you. Please. What's going on outside there?
What's the Rihanna's last name?
Nightmore.
Ivor pauses and turns around as he's exiting through the halls. Just, does the name Nightmore mean anything to you? He's gonna keep an eye on her face to see her reaction.
Well, you're gonna get a whole lot of.
Just for the hell of it, Ivar, give me an insight check.
That's a nat 20.
There was no hiding it. There was never any hiding it.
I know. I just do it
to be real. So the minute Nightmore crosses your lips and enters my ear canal, like imagine how a cat bristles, hackles up, just pissed. This is my fire, like crack, 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 all around me.
Immediately now he's actually moving back to you, and he's like getting like really just close, like he's just standing right in front of you, and he says, "It appears fate has brought us together, and I do not take it lightly." And the truth is that he doesn't, considering the fact that this man has been on a journey of faith with the deity of the sun, and then he followed the sound to an alleyway where he found a lady turning into flames, shining like the goddamn sun. So yeah. Just a little PSA.
He's a little smitten, I think you would say.
I just look at
you shine like the son of absinthe.
I look him dead in his eye and just say, I mean, fate is in my name. That bitch has to go. She is not good. That's all I'm saying.
He hasn't said anything about Rihanna.
I said just the last name.
Just Nightmore. Those bitches gotta go. They're not good. They're not good. I have it on the supreme authority that they are the worst of the merchant families in this here city.
And whose supreme authority would that be?
My own, because I got that discernment. Okay. No, but more importantly, it's my friends, my nearest and dearest, dare I say, they know that family. They know what they do. And I also just received a little bit of extra information from the denizens of this city who they got their networks. They see the unknowable and they clued me in. Okay. This family is in with some really, really dangerous shit, like world-ending dangerous shit potentially. And if we don't stop them and their efforts, we're gonna have a problem.
Ivar, there's a funny thing that happens where you actually see that there seems to be like a Mona Lisa smile on Ivar's face. Like you're not sure if he's smiling or he's just like keeping the straight. Like you're like, is he listening to this with like, is there what? And he just has a moment of, my friends and I will need a place to stay and recover. Help us with that, and I believe we can discuss and work together on this matter. I do not take my word lightly. And then I'm Ivar.
Good to meet you, Ivar. Fatima Lux, and you get a flourish of, because I'm a bard and extra and, such is life. But, 'tis I. And I say, I got a place. Since that shit is over and done with, I'm hoping that the heat is off just a little bit. We should go collect up your people and bounce like ASAP.
Very well.
Okay.
Let us do that.
Jal, at this point, you've cleared the rubble of the building sufficiently enough to find a very dirty, dusty sack that is clanging and clattering with Ivar's armor. Nesca, you have applied more poultice to Yanshu's burns. He is sort of smiling very weakly at you and wincing with each application, but he seems to be doing as good as somebody could possibly do. Where my goddamn armor? After that, make sure you bring me my orange juice. No problem. Yes. You see this sort of very intense, very heated conversation. At this point, though, Yanshu says to you, Nesca, where is Rihanna?
Do I hear that?
You're talking with Ivar.
We haven't made it outside yet. Okay.
Yeah.
I do not know.
Is she in the wreckage?
Rihanna was not with us.
She was right behind us, wasn't she?
She was, but I lost her after we engaged those assassins.
He tries to,
Relying on poison. Those cowards.
Well, who can blame them? I mean, we do the same thing, don't we? But he tries to struggle very weakly to his feet. We need to find her. We need to.
No, we don't.
And he just sort of sits back down as as his strength sort of fails him in this moment.
I'll support him and then try and make our way over to the others. If Giles come back with Ivar's armor, we'll try and help him over to regroup.
Okay. Yanshu looks at you, Ivar, and with a very somber look on his face, just says, Where is Rihanna?
He's asking Jal.
I'm sorry, not Jal. Ivar. I don't know why I keep doing that. Ivar.
Yes.
He asks Ivar, where is Rihanna?
I'm afraid the answer for that is more complicated than I would like. But for now, I believe we may have a place to stay. I'll share with you all there once we are safe.
Fatima?
This is Fatima, Lux.
You hear the name Rihanna.
You guys are the ones that are able to look about. You see what was just very animated spark. Lava's flowing now. This is could very quickly turn into a bad situation if I were not somewhat more in control of my emotions and power. And she's walking a thin line. And she just says, run that by me one more time. What was that name?
Rihanna. She's a woman. She was traveling with us. We were going to bring her back to her home in Brecca, and I don't know where she is.
You don't need to worry
what's
about
got
her.
you so hot and bothered?
You don't need to worry about her. She's not good people.
I'm afraid we're going to have to worry about Rihanna in a different way that we have concerned ourselves so far.
Why?
Let's get out of here. This is a scene we don't want to be caught near.
Oh yeah, are there any city guards or are there any authorities?
The street is deserted right now.
Oh.
I would desert that street too, just saying.
Yeah,
We
we don't
should.
want to
Let's get out of here.
we don't want to be found lingering.
We're in the middle of an Avengers movie right now. We gotta leave.
We're in the middle of an Avengers movie crossover with The Godfather.
Yeah.
Okay. Fatima, are you leading them somewhere?
I'm gonna real quick pull out my sending stone, and does that have a limited distance or anything?
I believe it's just on the same plane.
It's the same, yeah.
Fabulous. Okay.
It actually might be interplanar, but at least it's the same plane.
Oh, do you read me?
You hear Tundo's voice on the other end. Oh, no, not Tundo. You hear Six's voice on the other end.
My mans, where y'all at?
Fatima, where are you? You and Scullix, you were supposed to be making it back to the wizard candle, or you were supposed to be making it back to the candles.
Is that where you guys are right now?
That was where we said we were going. I said that's where we were.
Okay, I
Don't
got
argue
it.
with me. I said we said we were going to the candles.
Six.
Yes, we would meet at the candles, and then we were going to go back to the
Six.
silk sensations.
6.
Ivar
Seven.
leans and it goes like,
I suppose they all have a jaw as well.
Don't make me singe your fur. You're at the candles, yes?
Don't you even think? Yes, we're at the candles.
Okay,
He's a little hot on the collar, don't you think?
we're gonna meet. I picked up some strays. They're good.
Hey,
We're coming in. And then we can move on from there. All right.
Fatima, give me an Arcana check.
Shit. No.
ooh.
Things I'm not super great at.
you have all the magics in the world, but you're upset about an Arcana roll.
Ah,
16.
Hey, Fatima. Given what you know about your creator,
Mm-hmm.
you do know that sometimes they call on you
Shit.
and on your brothers and sisters. This is a call that you suddenly feel. Jal, Ivar, and Nesca, and Yanshu. From your perspective, Fatima turns to you all after just coming off of her sending stone, and she is gesturing you down in a specific direction. And as she turns to look at you, she fails to see a tear in reality and a very large blue hand wreathed in blue flame reach through this tear and not forcefully, not harmfully, but gently pulls her through. And that is where we will leave it for tonight.
what?
Welcome to Brecca.
What
No,
the
no.
hell, Andy? Oh
No,
my
no.
God.
Welcome to Brecca. We suggest you check our derelict buildings, our fiery raves, and you can take a picture with cartoon-like cutouts on the walls of buildings.
Handmade, and face made, and back made.
Feel like
The whole body.
playing a dangerous game? Play Five Fingers with poison daggers.
Thank you all for watching. Thank you also to Lindsay's Fatima Lux for being a guest on this one particular episode of The Survivors of Ashcaleen, who were very close to being the not survivors of Brecca. But thankfully, they lived to fight another day. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. Looking forward to seeing you all in our next episode of The Survivors of Ashcaleen. Have a great rest of your night, a great weekend, and we love you. Bye.
Bye.
My God.